Welcome to the Cryptonaut podcast. My name is Mark Storrs, and I'm joined by Mr. Chris Carnicelli.
Hello.
And Mr. Robert Thomas Morphy II.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There it is. We're back in close proximity, boys.
Yeah, we are. Same room, eye
Trying.
contact, the whole 9 yards.
We're trying.
Yeah, we're still like arm's length, but, you know.
We're always at arm's length.
Yeah,
though.
well, that's just the table.
Maybe we should get closer.
No.
Okay, fair.
There
Fair.
it is.
I
Yeah.
just know.
All right, fine, awesome, excellent. Speaking of getting closer, Patreon. Oh, you like that?
That was not the greatest transition.
You don't think so, really?
I mean, it was a transition.
Getting closer?
I think you could have worked a little bit. All right. You know what? It was great.
All right, excellent.
I'm proud of you.
I
He worked
appreciate
on that all day.
I mean, I didn't, but I appreciate the lie.
I feel like you did.
Thank you. That is what friendships are built on, tight lies.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly. Robert, we got
Hard
some
truths,
Patreon.
tight lies. Friendship.
Let's put the hard truths aside. Let's do some Patreon shout-outs, my friend.
All right. Beginning with Alex Kameh.
Thank you, Alex.
Maybe Kame. We'll worry about that later. Pork Chop Robbins.
Hell yeah. Pork Chop Robbins.
Robocop Tulpa.
Awesome. I love that.
An awesome, dangerous Talpa.
That one's
I
awesome.
know. Overthink the fucking Peter Weller and he will come true.
Oh, he will.
Tamara Peak.
Oh, thank you, Tamara.
Mariah Hilton.
Oh, yeah, Mariah.
Kyle Matthias.
What up, Kyle?
Rocco Sabatino.
Nice, thank you.
Chris Porter.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Rusty Shackelford.
Dude, the last time Rusty Shackelford came on, we caught all kinds of shit because we didn't know who it was. And yes, King of the Hill. Thank you, Rusty Shackelford.
Indeed.
Appreciated.
Christopher Strawn.
Thank you, Christopher.
Dixie Demon.
Awesome Dixie Demon.
Brianna Cluck.
Thank you, Brianna.
Wander Hijinks.
Oh,
Wander
yeah.
hijinks.
Wander Hijinks. Thank you all for your continued monthly support over there at patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. We're coming in. We're coming in this week. You know what we're doing?
What are we doing?
What do we got here? We got a Redheaded Death Angel.
Yeah, we do.
That's a big title.
It is.
It's a super big
It's a
title.
little bit of a mouthful.
I like it, though.
It tells a lot. I mean, a little bit. But it's full of enigma, too.
That's
it's
the
full
thing.
of mystery.
Yeah, because you
I mean,
read
Death
that.
Angels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not the band, Death Angel.
No.
It'd be cool if it was.
Well, yeah, it'd be weird if it was, actually.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess the context of the story, that totally wouldn't work. But regardless, Redheaded Death Angel, let's get this started with, beginning when he was just 12 years old, a young boy had the same horrific nightmare over and over again. After many years, this seemingly endless odyssey of terror finally ended, but little could he have expected that decades later he would have a nerve-rattling face-to-face encounter with a beautiful yet bizarre being who seemed to have emerged fully formed from the depths of his fear-addled psyche.
The depths.
This is a fucked up weird science.
I mean, that's
It really is, too.
Yeah.
I know. What was her name? Kelly
LeBrock.
LeBrock Tulpa. Now
Yeah.
we're talking about. Oh, God bless that movie. God bless John Hughes, one and all.
Yeah, I do have a soft spot for that movie, especially like just what the hell's the brother's name?
Oh, yeah. Bill Paxton there.
yeah.
Wyatt. Wyatt was the kid.
He was,
When
he
wakes
was the
him
other
up,
one.
When he wakes him up, I smack him in the head with a gun.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. It's just so fun.
No.
Chat.
Chess.
I know it was
Yes.
Ch something.
And then he gets turned into a big pile of shit in the end.
Oh, everything's blue. They had Michael Berryman.
was just
and,
like-
and our
Yes.
buddy, too,
man.
reprising his role from Road Warrior.
Oh, yeah.
Vernon G. Wells.
Yeah, Vernon G.
yes.
Wells.
Oh, my
yeah.
God. He's awesome.
Scared us all.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He scared, and then he became our friend.
Yeah.
He did.
It was the greatest
He stared us
afternoon
down
ever.
for like 3 hours.
He did,
Yeah.
too.
And then he finally had a lull and he just like walked over like, I think we're going to die.
Yeah.
But then he just sat down and he was wicked cool.
So he's like, I suppose you've been wanting to talk
Yeah.
to me all day. We're like, yes, sir.
Maybe. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Yeah, no, he really was like one of the nicest dudes ever.
Totally.
So cool. All right, Bobby, let's get started here.
So first off, I just want to thank Jason, who was a listener who sent this account into us originally. And when I wanted to do a follow-up interview, he was very prompt in getting back a hold of me. So I'm super duper grateful. And this makes it one of those really fascinating cases that began as a listener story that we were able to follow up on and now bring to the rest of the listeners. So,
Perfect.
We actually got this.
thank you.
We got this a couple weeks ago.
yeah, just
Like, it was super
recently.
Super recently,
Like
yeah.
with the turnover was quick. You sent it to me. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Looked into it. The questions were answered, and then boom.
Awesome. Excellent. Well,
Dang,
there it is.
Indeed. This chilling account was sent to us by a listener who we will refer to only as Jason, as just mentioned, who claimed that his life was forever changed by a seemingly angelic apparition who appeared to him in a hauntingly beautiful yet ultimately terrifying recurring dream that came to him every single night, repeating itself note for note for a total of 14 fucking years.
It's just too long.
It's
14 years.
I wouldn't be able to do it, honestly.
Like, how do you even live with that?
I would drink a lot.
Oh, he's 12, though.
Oh, well, I mean, you can never start too early, I guess. So, may as well.
But unlike so many other childhood accounts wherein the recipients were unable to recall the exact times of the incidents in question, Jason, perhaps revealing the uncannily acute memory that would later behoove him in his role as a police officer, unequivocally states that the insidious dreams began precisely on April 4th, 1991, when he was just 12 years old. Here, in his own words, are the contents of his repeating nighttime reverie. Quote, I began having the same nightmare and would every night without fail until I was 26 years old. Again, 14 fucking years.
Too long.
I'm standing on a pier looking out at a beautiful alpine lake. Vast mountains, pine trees, snow-covered peaks, pristine. Think Sound of Music without Julie Andrews, he adds. I see a boat tied to the pier. I have no recollection of getting in the boat, just that the next thing I realize I'm in the boat rowing across the lake. I stop rowing and I am just sitting admiring my surroundings when I become aware that a light is surrounding the boat from beneath me deep underwater. With some USO action here.
Now
You
it's
don't
the
know.
abyss. Fuck.
Dude, yeah.
It is totally the abyss.
Yeah, shit.
I lean over the side of the boat and see what my 12-year-old self would best describe as an angel. Long flowing red hair, wearing a white garment. I can't exactly make out a face, but I have the impression that she is beautiful. She has a body, arms, legs, etc., but I mostly focus on her face and I can't recall the rest of her. End quote. It would be at this point that this picturesque mental imagery would swiftly devolve into the realm of the balls-out nightmare. Jason continued. I'm just staring at her. She then grabs me by the face and pulls me underwater. Her face becomes nothing more than a skull, and she pulls me down. The last thing I can see is the boat fading away as this bitch drowns me. Then I wake up, gasping for air, sweating, and oddly pissed that this entity lured me into a watery grave.
I mean, that's how they get you, I guess, in the end. Is like, oh, I'm so beautiful. Death.
Well, yeah, but the beautiful floating corpse girl, that's a red flag-ish. I mean, not when you're 12, maybe, and not when you're in a dream, because a lot of things that would be red flags aren't red flags in a dream. You're just like, oh, it's a Jell-O robot chasing me. I guess it's Tuesday.
I wonder if I can fuck it.
Yeah, right. Well, all right.
There you go.
We'll just leave that. But still, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the floating girl, that would, I guess, that would put the hackles up immediately.
No, yeah, I don't like water to begin with, and everyone see Friday the 13th, so I'd be like, nothing that comes out of the water
No, it's the scariest part.
ever gave you gifts.
No, yeah.
It's like, no,
When lopsided, bald, Avi pops out of the water.
You get
Jason,
no head is what you get.
Yeah, you get headless every fucking time.
He was also super cool at the cons.
He was.
Original Jason dude.
Oh, yeah.
Super nice guy. I got wicked high with him, and I got real weird and paranoid and everything. And then I was like, he's going to come out of the lake.
You're going to get me, aren't you?
There's no lake.
This is how you lure your fans in.
Yeah, basically. As we were playing pinball with Jim Neinhart. Yeah, I'm like, this is surreal, and I'm scared.
You should be.
I mean, that's
weed.
Cons aside.
Yeah,
sorry.
life.
Continue.
All right. When asked what he initially believed to have caused these direful dreams, Jason claimed to have, at first, attributed them to little more than the accumulation of the flotsam and jetsam of horror cinema coalescing into a strange, surreal, nocturnal odyssey, stating, I really didn't give it much thought initially. Having first seen classic movies like Alien and Nightmare on Elm Street when I was super young, I chalked it up to a love of all things horror and an overactive imagination. However, as time went on, it seriously started scaring the fuck out of me, which is a reasonable response.
Yeah.
So at first, even at 12, he's rational. Like one of my first questions, obviously, like, so what'd you think? He's like, I'm a fucking kid. I watch scary movies. It's legit.
Yeah, sure.
But,
Yeah.
then it keeps growing. When he told his mother about the dreams, she, as parents all too often do, dismissed them as a product of an overactive imagination and exposure to intense media. As such, rather than addressing the issue directly, Jason's parents blamed violent video games and took away his Super Nintendo Entertainment System. They also forbade him to watch MTV's Beavis and Butthead before bedtime.
Come the fuck on.
The rules were laid down. Laid down hard.
I mean, I do the same thing as a parent, but whatever.
Two reactionary
Terrible.
responses that Jason referred to in a decidedly sarcastic tone as super helpful.
Yeah, Mark. Super helpful.
It's like when I tell my kid that he can't watch YouTube, he's like, fine. And then he just goes and plays the Switch. I'm like, well, you can't be near anything that has electronics in it. How's that?
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I can't because the house is full of electronics. I'm like, damn it, you're right, Charlie. Shit.
Wow.
There you go.
Electromagnetic free zone.
There it is. I'm going to EMP his ass before he knows.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to nuke the
Do you
whole
have
house.
EMPs?
I don't know.
I don't believe it.
Don't worry about it.
The best you have is shit bombs. That's the best you have. Turds in a bag and you throw them at people.
That's true.
There's no way you have EMPs.
Listen.
Ugh.
Patreon's good to us.
As the days turned into weeks, the process of repeatedly reliving his own death at the hands of this hauntingly homicidal entity became a constant source of dread, compelling young Jason to do everything in his power to prolong his bedtime and avoid going to sleep. Totally understandable. Fucking get the automatic drip in your bedroom, do whatever you got to do. Which, of course, began to take a serious toll on his waking life and schoolwork. That being recognized, as the months rolled on, this reoccurring nightmare, terrible though it may have been, started to become an accepted fixture in his life, albeit one he would attempt to modify. Quote, as it kept going on, though, we're talking months into this, it sort of became routine, and I tried talking to myself before bed as a way of trying to change the dream, if that makes sense. As a kid, I worked in a bike shop and spent a lot of time at a local state park. I tried interjecting that happy thought into my dream, but nope, same shit every night. So he's trying to be proactive, trying to put the positive thoughts in there.
Yeah, thinking something will change.
Yeah, I mean, it's all you can do.
It's really all you can do.
Yeah,
at this point.
Power of positive mental thinking.
I've tried to control my dreams, and I'm very piss poor at it.
No, I think everybody.
No,
is.
I can't. Like if it happens in a dream. Like I can't.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Like
even if I'm very
in the dream.
aware I'm dreaming, I still can't control. I can't make myself fly or just do all the fantasy shit you would expect to do.
But sometimes it just doesn't happen.
It's like my mind's a dick. It's like, oh yeah, no, but fuck you still. Fuck you still, Rob. Yeah. Try walking up this 3-inch hill, and oh wait, it's collapsing because it's made of molasses and regret, and there's 4 demons on your ass. That's what my mind does to me when I know I'm dreaming.
Doesn't it do it to us all?
Yeah, minds are dicks. In an effort to be proactive about dealing with this literally never-ending nightmare, Jason decided to dig into the occasionally academic and oft-times sketchy world of dream lore. Quote, I have on my own tried to understand how stress and your waking life can influence dreams, and there has been a ton of shit written about it, but nothing really stopped the dreams, end quote. It would be then that he stumbled across a tome that, if possible, left him even more haunted than he was to begin with. Quote, I came upon a dream analysis book that talked about drowning dreams and how it is a subconscious way of your mind not thinking you have enough time in your life to accomplish what you have set out for yourself. Honestly, this fucked me up more, and now I started worrying that my dreams were a sort of premonition of my forthcoming death. To that end, I made sure to avoid water, which just led to an irrational fear of swimming in lakes, which I still don't like. Not irrational, buddy.
Honestly, no.
Yeah, see, that's why you don't go down the rabbit hole of stuff. You're already in a state where you're susceptible to more stuff already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody says a statement like that, I wouldn't have taken it as that. I would have just taken it as like just time short, buddy. Not like you got a week,
right?
Like,
I mean, but for a 12-year-old to be like,
yikes.
time is short,
Exactly.
like that's a lot.
Everyone's mind interprets things differently, different ages. You know, when you're more mature, maybe you can take something as a more of a platitude.
Yeah.
But when you're young, you're like, oh my God, how does it directly apply? It's why I don't even like daily horoscopes. I don't believe in them, but if something, like, oh, you better be careful when you turn left today because, you're going to get your dick in a pinch. And I'll just be like, I'll hold on to my dick turning right all day.
Yeah.
Even though I don't believe in
just
it.
grabbing your dick and balls and only turning right.
Just turning right, nonstop.
Never turn. Just
Going-
doing circles.
yeah.
Until it hits 12:01 a.m.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm just saying your mind is a death trap, and it's
Yeah.
very hard not to get caught in it.
Your
sometimes.
mind palace is polluted. Someone done through.
Oh, there's booby traps galore.
Someone done through shit all over them walls, boys.
Yeah, it's the fucking love canal.
Yeah,
It's a
there
fucking
you go.
nightmare. All right. So, after years of nightly interludes with this sinister supernatural succubus, as well as dealing with his self-proclaimed irrational, though in my opinion totally reasonable fear of drowning in the murky depths of a freshwater lake, Jason became so accustomed to his hellish encounters that he no longer gave it much thought. As childhood frivolities gave way to the tumultuous and oftentimes traumatic teenage years, 15-year-old Jason began dating a classmate who was destined to become the love of his life. And that's when a more practical, though still paranatural concern began gnawing at him. Quote, I really became used to the dreams until the thought of getting married and sleeping with another person crept into my mind. That worried me. That she would think I'm a fucking psycho or that it would bother her me dreaming about another woman every night. Legitimate concerns.
Yeah.
In 1997, following their graduation, the high school sweethearts tied the knot. But it wouldn't be long before the young bride began to notice her husband's odd habit of waking up in a cold sweat every night. Still, Jason managed to hold on to a secret for 4 more years. That's a lot of. Someone could do the 365 times 4. I can't, but that's like 1,000+ days of waking up in the middle of the night. Like the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
4 more years until his nighttime interludes with this moist monstrosity became so intense that he found himself waking up in a state of sheer panic, desperately gasping for breath.
Ugh.
It was then that Jason finally broke down and admitted the truth to his wife. That he'd had the same dream of an angelic, scarlet-haired beauty who dragged him down to his death night after night for the past decade. Being both a practical woman and a registered nurse, his spouse steadfastly refused to believe that anything paranormal was afoot. And years later, when Jason was diagnosed as suffering from sleep apnea, a word derived from the Greek meaning want of breath, she insisted that his dreams were merely his mind's way of waking him up when he was having breathing issues. So, a rational person, it makes sense. Like, when you can't breathe, your mind has to turn to this, preternatural terror to wake you up.
Yeah, I guess sleep apnea. My son actually had some teeth issues, which is causing him like to snore really bad.
Oh man!
So we got like his teeth adjuster, like he had to like get some taken out or whatever. It's much better now, but
Right.
I'm just thinking like 12 years old for sleep apnea seems kind of young. But if it's something like with your teeth or sinuses, it could definitely.
Yeah, there's all kinds of shit that can really cause
Yeah,
it. Just
I mean-
shit in your back of your throat.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm waiting for it. So
Right.
I'm sure it's coming.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, with the arthritis.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Don't get me started about the arthritis. No.
Jesus Christ.
Jason conceded that this might apply to his current medical condition, but he was equally convinced that it would have had no bearing on him during his healthier teenage and preteen years when he'd had no such problems. Also legitimate. Whatever their origin, these nefarious nocturnal incidents continued for another 4 fucking years, when, without warning, the nightmares ceased just as abruptly as they had begun. When I asked what his reaction was to this sudden stoppage, Jason replied, when they did stop, first I was fucking elated. I did again tell my wife that they stopped, and she was like, see? All in your mind. Well, no shit there, Freud, but still not super helpful. Jason's funny, dude. By this time, I had a stressful job and we had little kids, and I had figured I was actually just too tired to have the dream, in the way that exhaustion just takes over and you're out and asleep nearly instantly. This contradicts what I initially thought when I was a kid, that this was caused by stress. After the dream stopped, but before I became a police officer, I did a tour in Afghanistan and had no dreams, most stressful time in my life, and nothing. As to whether Jason spent any time dreading that the night terrors, which at this point he'd endured for over half his life, might return, he claimed, After not having the dream for a while, I really nearly forgot about them. Couldn't explain the dream, its coming or going, but life has a way of prioritizing things for you. Family, bills, work took precedence over a quote-unquote silly, though terrifying dream I had when I was younger. And here may well have ended the fascinating, albeit traumatizing tale of one of the longest and most disturbing recurring dream episodes on record. Were it not for an event that would unfold some 5 years after, which would propel Jason from his workaday world into the realms of high strangeness, in his own words. Fast forward to 2010. I'm working as a police officer in my small Wisconsin hometown. We have a gas station, a Quick Trip, that is open 24/7, and our city fuel cards work for pay at the pump. Pay at the pump. I get the handle into my squad and swipe the card, but the reader doesn't work. I go inside and report my issue, and the clerk says he'll send someone out to take a look at the pump. I return to my car and wait. The employee comes out. Okay, hard to explain. The girl who comes out is maybe 20 years old. Long red hair, absolutely fucking gorgeous. But in a weird way, it feels like I know her. But don't really, if that makes sense. We talk, fix the card, run it through. I thank her, and she starts to walk away. End quote. Little could this seasoned lawman have imagined that the foundation of his reality was about to fundamentally shift, making him question everything he thought he knew and opening up entirely new vistas of potential experiences and terrifying possibilities. Jason continued. She starts to walk away, then stops and turns. I'm still looking down, putting my card back into my wallet when she says, "I've dreamt of you." I look up, oddly flattered that this smoking hot girl is seemingly coming on to a middle-aged, though not attractive dude. I smiled a little and said, "Yeah?" She says, "Yes. You're the boy in the boat."
Oh, fuck. This is not what you fucking want.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
That is the most extreme needle on the album fucking moment ever. That's where the whole like fabric of your reality just goes.
Yeah, because, all right, shit. All right, well, apparently now your dreams are a reality.
Right.
So fucking there you go. Everything's out the window.
Everything.
No, that's it.
It's carte blanche.
All right, well.
Now it's the metaphysical realm. It's quantum everywhere. Einstein's pissed.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense. Spooky interactions at a distance. Fuck.
My new record, Spooky Interactions at a Distance. Coming out
Your
soon.
number one track, You're the Boy in the Boat.
Yes, exactly.
Terrible.
It's my new dubstep record. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck. Well, what happens now? Holy shit.
It would be at this moment that Jason felt himself slipping into a waking nightmare, as all of his youthful fears of this woman being a harbinger of death began flooding back to him. Quote, I couldn't speak. I had a rush of fear, or maybe foreboding. Not sure, but instinctively my hand went to my sidearm, as is natural when an officer feels something isn't quite right. I just stood there, really unable to speak. She just smiled and turned around and left. She walked towards the store, but didn't go inside, but instead walked around the far corner of the building and out of sight. It scared me to the point that I nearly drew my firearm on a random person, I guess, at a gas station. Not super sound judgment for an officer.
I mean, I guess that just speaks to the volume of fear, honestly.
No, it really does.
I mean, that's, yeah. Oh, shit.
I mean, can you imagine? It's like, that I used to love that camera technique they used in the 80s all the time where you dolly out but zoom in or vice versa.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Right.
like, the person keeps coming closer, but the background keeps going further away. It took me forever when I was a little kid to figure out how they did it, but that like, nightmarish feeling.
For sure.
And it's kind of like the equivalent of what happens when you get a sudden rush of adrenaline, like the way your eyes focus, like it tightens but pulls back in a way, and you just get that
you get
icky
that weird,
feeling.
like, fight or flight, like, check your surroundings.
Everything's clear but fuzzy, like it's fucked up.
Yeah. Ugh.
I can only imagine like that. If this were a scene in an 80s horror film, they would have definitely done that pull focus on him as he's like, and then the hands like tracing down to like the holster, and you're just like, what the fuck? Because, I mean, again, instant game changer, instant reality fucking game changer.
Yeah.
All right, back to the scene. Within seconds, Jason's initial burst of terror gave way to wonder. Quote, By this time, I just wanted to talk to her. I wasn't really scared anymore, just curious, I guess. I stood there for what felt like a long time before getting into my car and leaving. I rounded the corner where I lost sight of her, but I never saw her again, end quote. At this point, thoughts began streaking through Jason's already reeling brain as he considered the implications of meeting the pernicious phantasm that had tormented him for so long in the flesh. He explained, quote, encountering the redhead fucked me up. How is this person real? What the fuck does she want? How is this even possible? Do I need to quit my job and check into a mental health facility? I couldn't and still can't get my head around my real world and dream interacting. I guess like when you watch a scary movie, you can say it's just a movie. A lot of people are freaked out by movies, but in real life, you don't expect to actually encounter Freddy, for example. This, I don't know, make-believe thing had suddenly become super fucking real, and I suddenly had to question everything. Adding, I've been back to that gas station many times, hundreds of times by now, really just hoping to see her again. I never have, end quote.
Yeah.
So I think Jason put that as succinctly as anybody possibly could. Like,
Sure.
There is supposed to be, as we just said, a line between fantasy and reality.
Yeah.
You know, we can talk about it being nebulous. We can talk about the thinning of the veil. I can academically understand that in terms of base physics, you know, consciousness and corporeal tend to intermix in a way that doesn't seem like it's plausible to a rational mind.
Right.
I can get all that. But in real life, that weird fucking 7-foot smurf that's fucking drinking craft brew in my brain doesn't fucking show up. Or whatever.
Not usually.
Not usually.
I mean, if it does, let us know.
Yeah, totes.
Yeah.
No, you guys will be the first.
And more to Jason's point here, I mean, he is questioning his mental health.
Yeah.
Which you almost, when something that happens, you have to do to be like, am I like, has something happened to me? Like,
Yeah, did I just have a fugue state? Did I just have a little did a blood vessel pop in my head?
yeah, or
Was I dosed?
Yeah, did I suddenly fucking, hit some weird wall, and just all of a sudden nothing's the way that I think it is? That's got to be fucking terrifying. Holy shit. Jesus.
Because the scary part isn't seeing somebody that you dreamed about. I mean, that's freaky. I've never actually done that. If you did,
either.
you could be like, oh man, did I see this person before? Like, did I drive by this gas station in Jason's case or whatever? Did I do something?
Yeah.
Did I see her and she was pretty? She caught my eye, but I didn't pay much attention. Now I'm seeing her later after I dreamed about her. That's all good and well and fucked up. But when it recognizes you,
That's the part.
from the dream.
Yeah, that's the part that you're like, oh.
That's the dick kicker.
Yeah. All right. Wow.
Okay.
Oh, it's great.
So, when I asked why he tried so hard to have another run-in with this red-headed death angel who had caused him so much consternation for so many years, Jason answered, I really wanted to talk to her, whatever she was. Not sure what I'd say or if I was ready for what she'd say. I don't know. This has been such a large part of my life for so long, I think I was just hoping for answers. He then pondered. It was never clear to me in the dream as I aged. Did I age in the dream? She said boy in the boat, but clearly knew it was me as an adult. So this is another aspect that, of course, he's considering.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's like I didn't have a mirror in the dream. Was he continually a boy? Was he always? I mean, we're all children in our heads, I guess to some degree in our dreams, but I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, yeah. Plus, in dreams is like, for me, sometimes I am first person, but then I feel like sometimes I'm not.
Right. Oh,
And
definitely.
like the angles are, I'm never complete.
Oh, I've seen me in dreams
I mean,
sometimes.
partially
I guess.
me, but I don't think it's
Yeah.
never a full-on third where it's like, you see a swirly camera in my face. Like, I
Right.
rarely see my face in my dream, but
Right.
angles are definitely weird.
And sometimes I'm somebody else altogether too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that-
I
which
is
change
weird.
people I talk to change.
Yeah,
and,
that always
like, right in
fucks
front
me
of
up.
It's simultaneous. You don't even
No.
you realize it in the dream. It's just you're somewhere else,
You're
someone
right.
else.
Oh, and transitions. It's like a Turkish action film from the fucking 70s.
Yeah.
Like, you
I'm
literally
in.
step through the fucking front door,
Yeah.
and you are now on a vista next to a gorge.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's the
it's
deal.
just that's the continuity of the fucking dream.
Sweet dreams, dude. are made of these.
Ha!
Yeah, there it is.
Nice.
It really was well played.
Sweet dreams, dude.
Sweet dreams.
Made of these.
Who am I?
To disagree.
Yeah, thank you. There
You're
you
welcome.
go.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Excellent. All right.
As to who or what this woman actually was, Jason was just as perplexed as any of us might be in his situation. Quote, maybe my mind created her, like a poltergeist event. Or maybe she's more of a dimensional being, not extraterrestrial, but interdimensional. I have no idea. She seemed real as fuck at the time. And she did mess around with my fuel card, so she's real, I guess. In the dream, she certainly seemed, at first anyway, angelic, right up to the point where the bitch tried to drown me. Face to face, she just seemed human, for loss of a better word. Beautiful, but human. I hate to speculate too wildly for fear of sounding fucking insane. He added, I'm either haunted in my dreams by an angel, or I nearly drew down on and shot an innocent woman at a gas station. Who can say?
Oh, yeah, that's unfortunately yeah.
You know what? But his better judgment prevailed.
Well, yeah, no, he's trained and he
didn't, unholster.
No, but again, I mentioned it before, but I think it bears repeating. Just knowing that the interaction was that fucking intense, where he instinctively went for his gun,
right?
So yeah, that's scary, man. Shit.
After years of enduring the same grim fate in the oft-times inescapable confines of the dreamscape, I asked Jason if he believed that the red-headed being was evil. To which he replied, that's a mindfuck of a question. Wow. Never thought of her as evil, I guess. And although the real-life encounter bothered me, I didn't feel a sense of terror like I did when I had the dream. I'll say this, I certainly check out every red-headed woman I see, just in case. Half hoping it's her, half not.
You kind of almost have to.
Nice excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, I gotta make sure.
But no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm not into her.
Her ass might be after me.
Yeah, I know. That apple bottom is a part of my childhood nightmare.
Well, the dream's changed, and now her boobs are skulls, and her ass is a skull, and I have to check them. They're skulls, and they're after me.
Oh, man. Small waist, pretty face with a big bank. There you go. That's favorite. Oh, shit. That's hilarious.
Skulls.
Let me reiterate my sweet dreams are made of this, not these, because we will get the correction. Yes, we know it is sweet dreams are made of this.
I know. It still sounds like these to me.
We had a little bit of an edit real quick. We need to look it up because I thought it was fucking wrong, and I was wrong. Now no one can send me messages. Robert, moving on.
Wow.
Yeah,
there it is. You're
like
still going to
that?
get messages.
It doesn't matter.
You absolutely know you will.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it could be double wrong.
Oh, shit.
Though not much is understood about its origins, the phenomenon of recurring dreams is one that is well known and has plagued, at one time or another, millions of individuals. According to Dr. Timothy J. Legg and Crystal Raypool in their article, 4 Facts About Recurring, I always want to say recurring dreams, they may not always feel frightening, but they are more likely to involve negative or stressful experiences than positive ones. That sounds like a gimme. Like if you're having reoccurring dreams of like the greatest pizza ever, or that awesome Swedish massage, or whatever the fuck else is bringing you joy, no one's got a problem with that.
The boobs that are skulls.
Right.
There you go.
That's why
Skull boobs.
That's why you never have them.
Yeah.
But okay, more often. But it says more often than not. So apparently someone out there is having the perpetual blowjob dream, I guess, and I guess good for them.
Oh, geez, that's a bummer.
Well, if they don't get
awful.
off.
Yeah, that's an awful thing
Oh,
to
you're
have
right.
constantly.
Yeah, by the third
geez,
night.
God forbid.
Oh my God, that's hell.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, but like I have a lot of dreams like of when I was working at like the Pug,
Right.
which was a craft beer for all you people, craft beer bar.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But, like I have a lot of Pug dreams and a lot of band dreams, like where I'm at a gig.
Mm-hmm.
And none of those are where I love doing those two things.
Sure.
Right.
And I have a lot of those dreams, but it's something weird within that.
Like
Right?
something like that goes south.
Like
weird.
someone's just like, like I'll order this drink, and I cannot. It's like fucking mousetrap. All of a sudden, it's like I'm not able to get the fucking drink. Something, but it's not like bad stuff. It's just you just can't get there.
Right.
No,
Like
I
something
think-
is in the way, then you got to walk around and like, I gotta go
and then
this
there's
way.
another obstacle and then another obstacle.
Then a bar changes or something and you're in a different locale. But
bar
like your brain doesn't recognize it. You're just like, I gotta get into the cooler. And it's like 30 minutes go by, you're hours in the dream, and you're like, oh, that drink. They're waiting for that fucking drink.
Weird.
And with band stuff, it's always like we're trying to set up, and it's like I can't tune for some reason. Or like it's always a little weird fucking thing.
Yeah,
but none of those
weird.
things are stressful. Like in real life.
No, but it builds in the dream. Yeah.
Something about it that's just like keeps me from getting to the fucking starting the gig.
Yeah.
Or like somebody they're missing a draw. Something always happens.
I always have the same dumb shit too. Like, but it could be like a phone. Every time I'm dialing, like it's just fucking 10 numbers. Just dial it. But I keep fucking up. I keep hitting 6 instead of 7 or something. Or I'll try to get somewhere and I'm going upstairs and they get more narrow and more jinky.
I have a lot of
till
those,
finally
yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck is my
Yeah,
fat
it's
ass
just like-
supposed to fit through this little fucking like John Malkovich's head bullshit?
I get shrinky hallways and shit too.
Yeah.
A lot. I don't know why.
It's just
but-
weird little obstacles, but not usually horrifying, like Chris is saying.
Yeah. So I do have a lot of recurring stuff, but it's never stressful stuff. It's stuff that I just do a lot in my life.
Yeah,
Right.
I have work dreams, but nothing crazy. It'll be
Is
like
there anything impeding you?
no, it's always
Look
like
at you, always successful guy.
it's just like normal shit. It'll be like I'm at work doing whatever, and like something's like a little weird or like a little off, or I'll be like with a coworker who's no longer works with us with a current coworker. I'm like, oh, it's weird. Like Jake was never here and worked with Ed or whatever. It's something, nothing ever too crazy. Now nightmares, it's a different story. Those are fucking fun.
Sure.
But nothing like like reoccurring work or stuff like that's never too nuts.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's why we don't do a podcast about ourselves.
Yeah,
because that would end up as thrilling as that just was.
Yeah, because nothing like when my wife wakes up like, you're never going to guess what dream I had. I'm like, I don't know. Was it real? It probably wasn't. Awesome. So
Wow,
tell me about your mystical shit that's not real.
Probably. Probably.
I still listen to her dreams and her hopes.
I mean, we better.
Yeah,
And that's love.
I do. It
We
is
do a
love.
whole podcast based on probably.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, honestly, it's a whole podcast of, we don't know. Could be. All right, Robert, what's happening here in the story?
And according, oh my God, digression, to an article by Tori Nielsen and Claudia Picard-Delland titled The Science of Recurring Dreams is More Fascinating Than We Ever Imagined, the causes of recurring dreams are myriad. This is a quote, where does the phenomenon come from? The science of dreams shows that recurring dreams may reflect unresolved conflicts in the dreamer's life. Recurring dreams often occur during times of stress over long periods of time, sometimes several years or even a lifetime, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's just crazy, but fucking whatever. Not only do these dreams have the same themes, they can also repeat the same narrative night after night. So I read this. Now, I don't know if Picard-Delland and Nielsen are like the most bona fide experts on this field or not, but I would assume when I was first reading Jason's account that 14 years is an extraordinarily long time. And repeating the same narrative night after night, that doesn't seem like it's possible, because even though we just went at length about the crazy shit that happens in our dreams,
Right.
they don't often repeat, for me, rote by rote.
Not beat for
No,
beat.
no.
Sometimes similar situations, but very rarely the same scenario playing out.
No, beat for 14 years would drive me mad.
Yeah.
Like I would be
Especially
I'd
if
be fucked.
it ends up on such a terrifying fucking note.
Well, yeah, at that point, everything's over. Everything changes.
But according to them, this can happen. So,
All right.
Continuing with the quote, although the exact content of recurring dreams is unique to every individual, there are common themes among individuals and even among cultures and in different periods. For example, being chased, falling, being unprepared for an exam, arriving late, or trying to do something repeatedly, that goes to what Chris and I were talking about, are among the most prevalent scenarios, end quote. But what of a young boy dreaming perpetually of his own ghastly death at the hands of a sinister, skeletal stranger? This seems a damn sight more harrowing than your average loose tooth or going to school buck-naked anxiety outlets. As to stress being the cause of his woes, while there can be little doubt that his mental strain increased as his nightmares continued, according to Jason, during the most stressful time of his life, a tour of duty as a DoD contractor in war-torn Afghanistan, these death angel dreams were nowhere to be found. So while anxiety and stress certainly played their part in what happened to Jason, it's much more difficult to discern what the underlying social, emotional, or psychological conditions might have been that would motivate the subconscious of a seemingly average 12-year-old kid to have alarmingly repetitive nightmares about being killed by a crimson-fringed aqua angel. This is made all the more challenging by the fact that, according to Jason, his childhood was an overwhelmingly positive one wherein he encountered nothing more traumatic than VHS horror flicks, eye strain from too many video games, and the occasional sugary Mountain Dew hangover. So, taking him at his word, it's not like there was shit going on in his life that would trigger these things.
Right.
Yeah. Which you'd think at the height of stress anxiety when you're in the military in Afghanistan, you'd think that would kick it into overdrive.
If that's what was the
it's
genesis.
almost like a or it
I
had
don't know. Maybe it's just that was like a life outlet for his mental.
right.
That's true too.
You know
like,
what I'm saying? Like
when
that-
there's so
that-
much going on that
That's
you just
what I-
crash.
it's almost like it does the opposite, where like you're so fucking on edge that doesn't even have time to enter your psyche or anything.
Right.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
When all is said and done, it's difficult not to put ourselves in Jason's place, to have a deep empathy for the child suffering through these terrible dreams, or to root for the young man who is able to put the fear behind him and start a family and career. But most of all, it's impossible not to wonder what we might do if, in the course of our daily lives, we not only recognize someone we assumed to be a figment of our imagination, but were also, much more disturbingly, recognized by them. As I mentioned earlier, that is the true crux of the horror in this incident.
Yeah.
After years of pondering the nature of this extraordinary phenomenon, both as a terrible recurring nightmare and as an all-too-real encounter, this seasoned investigator summed up his theories regarding the identity and agenda of this dishy yet deplorable woman by admitting, "It beats the shit out of me." And as far as that goes, you've got to admire his candor. So that is the
that's
tale.
been his pretty much attitude the whole time.
Yeah,
It's like,
I don't fucking
if I
know. Doesn't pretend to have theories based
No.
on it. Wanted to put it in, our court. God bless him. God bless him.
I mean, sometimes, like he said, like you're moving along with life and things are happening, and you just don't have fucking time to deal with it until it recognizes you at a fucking gas station, and then you're kind of forced to,
To deal with it.
Like,
you got to admire, like, say he just put it aside.
Yeah, he just
dealt
like, fuck
with
it.
shit,
I'm
whatever.
dealing,
Had nightmares as a kid, whatever.
dude, I got a mortgage to pay. I got shit to do. I ain't got time for this shit. Like, so, okay, it comes out, it fucks with his card or whatever. It's like, you're the boy in the boat, blah. All right, so it walks away around the building. Now, he did say that he went there hundreds of times after that.
Yes.
You're not going to miss a redheaded girl.
Not
You're
that's working there.
Yeah,
probably.
you're going to
Yeah.
totally see her
Which
in there. Which makes me
means
think,
he
like,
probably wasn't working there.
yeah, that's the fucked up part, is that the girl probably wasn't even there.
Right.
Maybe one thing if it was like just so happened to be a girl and you're like, oh, this is a fucking weird coincidence. Like, you had a dream about me as a child, even though I'm a full grown fucking man.
Right.
So
that's
fucking bizarre, dude. That's like definitely, and I don't even know what the hell you would call that. That's like,
there's a lot to unpack there.
yeah, could it be like
Could be a lot of things.
A succubus, a demon?
Oh, I would definitely put that on the list.
It,
An angel of
it
death.
could be just a mind thing.
Angel of death.
What if it was just a random fucking redheaded girl but his brain saw a redheaded girl, his mind just like flipped, and he just saw this girl as that fucking girl, and this conversation that they had.
Right.
Was it really the conversation? I mean, your brain.
You're talking like a psychotic break.
Not necessarily. I mean,
Well, if you're having a full conversation that's not happening.
I mean, a couple of fucking sentences. I don't know about a full conversation, but I mean, your brain can do a lot of things that you think happened that maybe didn't happen. So,
I mean, it's just
there's a lot possible.
It's so weird. I mean, I don't even know what the fuck you'd put this under. It's almost like it's like a dream demon, basically. I mean, I don't have any evidence for that, but
No,
I have evidence for nothing.
You're not wrong about any of this.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, you hear that, internet? Mark's not wrong.
I mean, to go fully skeptical, maybe along the lines what fucking Chris is saying. Like, there's some really cute redhead. He never got a super good look at the angel's face. She turns and she's like,
Transposes
Did
it.
you get the toy with the spleen? Because apparently, John Goodbodies or whatever, real popular that Christmas. And he's like,
John Goodbody.
You're the boy from the dream, or whatever. It's like, oh, but that didn't happen, obviously. I don't think that's it.
No.
Misheard. Because I can't think of any other reason why.
Yeah.
But he clearly had a conversation, and they were.
Well, he's fully grasping and admitting everything by saying like this is what happened, and then here's a reaction, whether it's going for my sidearm because of just feeling fear, or understanding like holy shit, I could literally be suffering some sort of mental health like distress right now. Like it's all I could think of. Like
this is why this can't be prosaic to me. Like, and the one thing I could consider is if it's a psychic link between two people.
Ooh, do tell.
And maybe she's dreaming about him.
Oh.
In the same way he was dreaming about her. And maybe the more sinister aspects weren't really playing into it. She just like had a dream like, oh, you're this kid in a boat. But here's where I put that one out to pasture.
Damn it.
She says it in kind of, well, maybe he never said she said it in a sinister way, but she said it in such a matter-of-fact way. Oh, I dreamt about you. You're the boy in the boat. And then fucking disappears.
Doesn't even follow it up.
Yeah,
like
walked away to the bathroom on the side of the fucking gas station.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm going to go take a piss. Like, whoa, calm down, lady.
And so I don't think it's just two random human beings that are caught in the same sort of, I don't know, psychic maelstrom that somehow, I guess, goes against time and space because she's only 20 and these dreams happened long before 2 decades before.
I want it to be psychically linked, damn it.
But so why I think that this thing has to be,
I mean, they can be
supernatural is simply because she says it knowingly and is gone.
Yeah.
Now she worked there. She came out. She helped him with his fucking card, which is the weird thing. All these very normal pedestrian things like, oh, man, my card's not working. So a girl who works there, probably wearing the fucking Quick Trip uniform, whatever the fuck that is, comes out like, oh, you got a dick with the card. She's kind of cute. He's like, oh, whatever. I mean, I'm on shift, married guy, la, la. Oh, yeah, so I dreamed about you. Really, huh? And he's probably just a little flattered, not making any big deal about it, as he said.
Right.
He's like, you're the boy in the boat. And then she just fucking drifts off without moving her feet, clearly, like on a dolly that's invisible.
But then what, disappeared, never to be seen again?
Never to be seen again.
So she just decided
so she doesn't work there for real.
No, well, that's right. That's
unless she quit that night and was in the shitter. Like, immediately went to the shitter, so she wasn't there when he went around the corner. She quit that night.
See,
she's
this is where you need fucking eyewitnesses somehow, even though there's nobody else involved to even have eyewitnesses.
Unless you ask.
There's still a chance she's just that she's his own personal tulpa.
You almost Jesus Christ, now I got the fucking this song in my head. Fuck, all right. It was Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, now it's fucking personal tulpa.
Yeah.
So you almost have to like wonder, like, well, shit, at some point could you go to the manager and be like, hey man, weird question. Is there a cute redheaded girl that works here?
You almost have to assume he did.
I mean,
all right, that's my bad. I didn't ask that question.
Right,
I'll admit.
But I mean, he went there hundreds of times to see, like,
and he had to use his card there again.
Yeah, and so you for sure are going to see the employees. I mean, I guess I don't know.
Well,
maybe not.
And to answer Chris's question, there was. Whoever was the person working that he went in and said, my card's not working, goes, I'll send somebody out.
Yeah.
That person.
Right.
And again, this is my bad. I should have followed up. Like, did you ask this dude? Like,
no, right.
Does she work here?
Yeah.
Who is she?
Is this the person that...
Is this Rachel? Has she been here for like 3 months?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, what's her deal?
Psychically connected. I do like the idea of two people being psychically connected, but as you mentioned, time and space doesn't work with that. And really, I
love that idea. I love the idea of someone who was born after he started having these dreams is connected to him by these dreams because of again some sort of quantum reality aren't temporally locked. So she can have dreams where she is this weird aqua angel and it can be projected back into time via tachyons or however the fuck you do it in some ephemeral science way that we can't understand. But that doesn't explain why she wasn't there. Because if he had just found her again and she's like, yeah, no, I have these crazy dreams where I'm floating in the water and I just I grab you out of a boat. I don't know why. It's fucking weird. Is it weird for you too? Yeah, it's been weird since I was 12 and you weren't born yet. Oh, let's work out. And then they get a cup of coffee and they try to figure it out. And it's like one of those art movies that used to go to Sundance.
It doesn't make sense.
A restaurant.
If she's having the same dream, if she's the same person having the same dream at the same time, you'd think she would want to know. Right.
That's why I don't think
instead
it was
of being
that.
like, ugh.
Yeah, like, oh, you're the boy that I kill every night.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Right.
Nice to finally meet you.
I'm going to go take a shit and leave forever. Like, why would you do that?
Exactly. No, you're right. You wouldn't. Because you'd be just as curious. This girl isn't curious. This girl is cryptic. And that's what makes her a non-human in my mind. Something nefarious.
That's all I can think of is that it's got to be some sort of like not.
I want there to be some like deeper message I can't quite crack.
I know.
Some hopeful.
No,
but no, this
same.
thing's just fucking evil.
Dude,
you don't kill somebody every fucking night for 14 years.
Yeah.
Unless you're really horny to keep them away from water or their sleep apnea is early onset and you're going to wake them. But it still that doesn't make sense.
Maybe that's not the message. But maybe if she's trying to get him to something in the dream, you know how fucking dreams are. Like, that might mean something other than death.
No, you're right. So it's like tarot cards.
But then again, when you finally
the
meet
seven
him,
daggers is really, the greatest pizza. You don't fucking know.
No, I know gold is apples.
Yeah, the death card's really the super good hug.
What if you get the one where the boobs are the skulls, though? What if you get that card? You're like, oh, dude, skull titties, and everything's fucking dope.
Oh yeah, skull titties.
Skull titties rule, dude.
But then
big
again,
giant skull ass. Oh,
when you finally meet up, you're not going to be like, "What's up, Dave? You're in the boat, right? I'm out." Got the Rhea, gotta run.
What's up, Dave?
Like, it's just like, come on, man. Like, fuck.
Yeah, it's got to be something like, I mean, I'm obviously going like, whatever, evil, demonic, whatever, which I guess is all the same shit, but,
not necessarily.
Maybe like a
demons.
weird, like a fucking dream parasite or something, like something that's
little
gnaws
mind
away.
parasite.
Yeah.
All right, so let's play with this. Let's do this mind experiment.
What do you got?
Something that is caught in his head, but not like Chris was saying, where it's like this weird, like little bit of a breakdown where like Delilah comes out and is fixing his card and he's having this conversation with her that she's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This cop just really was like looking at me like, and he touched his gun and I don't know what's going on. I just said goodnight. And he's having this like weird like internal mind break, but like a mind parasite, like a creature that lives in his mind and that manifested outside of it in his estimation.
It's like
to have this experience.
Psychic tapeworm.
I mean, that could be, yeah.
Psychic tapeworm, dude.
But was never really corporeal.
Yeah, it's just fucking living amongst gray matter and shit, just being all fucked up.
Yeah, I would lead
Screwing
to
with his
not really
mind.
actually being corporeal. Makes more sense.
There are people that really do think of things like mind parasites or whatever, like that there are like, I don't know if they call them like primordial vampires, but entities that feed off your fear, ultra-terrestrial style, but like just live in your brain, create these fucking weird fantasies, these dark things, and then somehow eat it. I don't know how it works.
Dude,
I'm a little suspect about the whole thing.
I mean, once you get all that delicious fear juice out of someone's mind, you're just like, you're just fucking eating inch all over your face and shit. And you're like, and then that's it.
I mean, I guess that would explain a lot. I mean, honestly, I would prefer that.
Yeah.
If we lived in a world where there was mind parasites, like at least you could get maybe treatments or an exorcism and be like, oh yeah, all these self-effacing thoughts, all this self-abuse, I hate myself, all these things that I think that are fucking whatever. Oh yeah, no, there's a pill. Go enjoy it. It's not just heroin and like instant suicide, but like something that actually can let you live a healthier life. I would love to live in a world where that was really the problem and not, my own brain, but
yeah.
Good luck with that.
Scientology can solve that. If you want to go one of those courses with me in Buffalo, we can go get our Scientology shit on, and we'll be good to go. And we'll leave Chris here because he's looking at me like he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah,
so he won't do it.
No.
I did a dive into it. And I don't want to do
me
it.
and Rob are gonna go get our Thetan count checked out.
I imagine mine's
Enjoy your
high.
soup cans and strings.
How dare you,
fuckers!
How dare you? I'm gonna pay $200,000
say?
of my money, and me and Rob are gonna get fixed.
Oh, did you ask him if he came upon any scrolls, or did he read any fucking?
No, I didn't ask any squirrel-related questions, Chris. Thank you.
You're fucking up, dude.
I should have consulted you first.
Man, what are you doing,
dude? Did you look for a scroll?
And what,
or
like he was in the horror movies? Obviously, did he come across some dusty old fucking tape that's like a movie he never heard, no one ever heard of,
like
and watched it, and
like VHS when you
Come
watch
on,
the
dude.
thing and then
You
you
gotta
get
ask
cursed,
questions.
dude.
You're right.
And
I'm
then the
bush
girl
league.
comes out of the shit, and then
I mean,
she
anything
comes out of your
he
TV
came
and
across,
there's horses
Red,
and
saw,
shit, dude.
And there's horses and shit.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Yeah.
Remember in Friday the 13th where the girl is psychic and she drops the doc on her dad, and then she wakes up Jason accidentally fucking years later trying to bring him back.
And
Was
then
that
his dead
7?
dad
Yeah,
comes,
dude. And then she
Right.
snaps his friggin' mask, and he's like, "Arr," and he's got like 2 enormous teeth and shit, dude. It's dope.
It
not
wasn't.
the dream,
It was a
but
terrible movie.
whatever, dude.
Yeah, I don't remember
It
much
was
about
cool.
It was garbage.
I remember, yeah.
It all took place on like a dock in a house.
Yeah,
and
did.
Woman still lives on Crystal Lake at this fucking point.
Dude, she dropped the
people.
dock on her dad.
I
when
know,
he was
she
like, I'm sorry,
accidentally killed
baby.
her
I didn't
dad."
mean to beat your mom. And then boom, drops the dock. And then Jason's there, dude. And then she actually
course he's
she
there.
wakes him up.
He's
she
always
wakes
there.
Him up. She wakes him up.
She did.
And then she eventually sends him
okay.
back.
Jesus Christ,
She
calm down.
eventually sends him back. But then her dad, comes back,
Yeah,
dude.
dead dad comes back and says,
Nothing
"Sorry, baby."
to do with what happened tonight. But regardless, when I first got this email for the listener stories, it creeped the fuck out of me because it's just something that's creepy.
I wonder
So,
if there is a non-sexual succubus. Like, because it wasn't obviously sexual. He was a kid. It was
Yeah.
death. It was
Okay.
angelic figure, glowing, beautiful, pristine alpine heights.
Right.
Just everything about it. Well, everything's creepy because the way you're seeing it is to go back to Friday the 13th. God bless you, Mark. It is the canoe on the river.
No, that's the
before
deal, for
baby
sure.
Jason comes
Yep.
and rips you down. So you feel. When I hear the lapping of the water, I feel a sense of dread. But I'm not a big fan of nature anyway.
I fucking hate
so,
water.
Like where some people would be like, oh, the soothing silence of a alpine lake in the morning, is something great. For me, it's like, oh, I know this is when the evil happens, and indeed in this dream it does for 14 years fucking straight.
Yeah.
But is there a type of succubus demoness that that just like can somehow feed off of, I don't know, like repeated murder? Because it's not even like the kid's still afraid.
I mean,
like by the time he's like 22, he's like, yeah, I don't want my girlfriend / wife
right,
to like think I'm a weirdo. But he's not like still living in terror of the dream. It's like, this happens every night. It's the deal. I wake up gasping.
Yeah.
I get a drink of water. I take a piss. I go back to bed. That's the night because
Yeah.
I'm used to it. So it's not like the fear increases as the time goes on, thus the ultra-terrestrial / mind parasite / fucking whatever can feed. But is there a type of succubus? And I know I'm the monster guy, so the fact that I'm asking this, it shows I don't know shit about this. That isn't about draining you of your sexual energy, but I don't know, you're like trying to destroy your love of nature or something. Like,
no.
look at these beautiful hills. Fuck you.
Or I mean, if it's about like it's about like inducing anxiety or inducing fear and feeding off of that, I don't think necessarily it's anti-nature. But I mean, definitely like anxiety or fear or something like that. I could definitely see possibly some sort of fucking, I guess, entity. Kind of like we spoke about. It's kind of along the same thing where what. Nightmare on Elm Street was originally based off of with those
all the people around the Pacific Rim
was it
dying.
Was it like Laotians or something? Where
it was more than one
Filipino?
nationality. It was more than one nationality.
If
but
they died in their dreams, they actually died.
they were pursued by a demon,
and they were literally dying. Like
yeah.
they would die in their dreams and then they would die.
No, it
Hence-
happened, and it inspired Wes Craven. We did the Patreon.
I think there was a Patreon about
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So even if it's something like that, if it's some kind of weird, man, fucking sleep demon, dude, sleep djinn, shit. It's coming after you. And thank God he's all right. He made it through because there really isn't a conclusion other than like, here I am, you're the boy, see you later.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's fucking it.
Yep.
So what would you guys do?
I mean,
You mean like after this? If it was
Yeah,
me and the story was done, like would you just? I don't
guess.
know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, none of
throughout
us
the
have
whole
had
fucking thing,
recurring
I
dreams,
don't
but if
know.
we saw somebody in our dreams,
right.
and then say a few years later, you see somebody and it like triggers a little something, but you don't think, oh, I know this person,
Right.
and then they acknowledge this dream.
Shit.
I don't know. Like I can't. It's something like I can't fathom it, so I can't even give an answer to it.
I
you know what I
immediately
mean?
go to
It's like,
Right.
I barely remember anything that's specific about dreams anyway.
Right.
I might come across somebody I've seen. I'm not gonna fucking remember it. So it's like,
I immediately go to like fear, obviously, and then after that, I don't even fucking know, dude, because it would tip your whole reality on its side. The fact that he even wrote this email after experiencing this is fucking astonishing to me because I'd be fucked up from it. Like,
I know.
you
I
know?
know. I said the same thing. I find that, again, like I mentioned, his candor is refreshing. He doesn't know shit, but when he was like, what the fuck do I do? Like those questions like, am I right? Is this right? Do I need to fucking go to a mental hospital?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Because all of a sudden you're just like, this thing knows you from the dream and remembers you in context.
Yeah.
All these years later. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? And so to me, his fear response to me is very telling, because when people instinctively feel terror, especially people that I don't know have spent time as DoD contractors in war-torn Afghanistan and are police officers who are much more used to dangerous, harrowing, intense situations than, say, the average person. When you feel this rush of fear, I think that is your instincts telling you there is something to be afraid of.
Yeah,
I think that's a legitimate thing. I think we all should probably rely on our instincts. And if we, we've all turned into like we're going to take a left down an alley or something, or even a shopping aisle or something. If you just get this feeling like, and you don't know why, I just usually try to heed that warning in my gut. Even if I don't necessarily believe it's a sign from the beyond, sometimes I'm just like, hey, it's the great melange of my mind just doing something. But if the gut says it, fuck it, trust it, because why not?
That's how we've made it this far.
And so if this guy, I mean, obviously the rush of fear comes from the practical reality of being recognized by a dream figure in real life. But also, that to me is really telling that I think this thing is evil. And it is, and it is telling him, you're the boy from the boat. It's not saying it in a way like, I'm curious, I want to know more about you. I'm curious why we're both having this dream. Oh, isn't it interesting? Oh, wait, here's the answer to the questions that you've been having. I really, you were right. Avoid lakes. Nailed it, or whatever. It just walks away enigmatically. It's almost as if you stopped being afraid of the dreams, so I stopped giving you the dreams. But let me show up here and reintroduce a whole other level of existential terror and make you have to rethink all of reality and fuck you again, because that's what evil things do. They try to fucking set you on a back foot, and if you want, I mean, granted, I am definitely an ex-Catholic, but those Catholic teachings fucking live long and hard, and that's what fucking demons do. If you're gonna believe it in this like kind of, Roman Catholic exorcism kind of context, they weaken you up, they soften you up. Then they get in. If they beat you up and pulp you up a little, they get in. They get in the soft parts. They get under your skin. They pick on you about your mom. They do whatever they fucking got to do. They get under you.
All right. Well,
call you Four Eyes.
Yeah, they do.
Brace face.
Fatty boombaladdy.
Leave my mother out of this. There you have it. Redheaded Death Angel. Holy shit. Jason, thank you so much for sending that in.
Thank you, buddy.
Fucking super creepy. Oh, the end of the show. Ba-ba-da. The Instas and the Twitters and the Facebooks. Thank you all. Check us out there in the socials. We're doing everything we can to putting out all the information for the episodes, everything. Follow us, leave us DMs, all that kind of stuff. Super dope. Facebook group, check it out. Thank you to everyone over there for the admins and the mods holding that down for us. The helderspace.com. Get yourself some t-shirts. They have the Holy Shirt Guarantee. If anything happens, they will replace your shirt at no cost. T-Public, thank you so much.
Holy, or if your graphic just isn't on the shirt at all.
I wasn't going to bring it up. Wow. I wasn't going to bring it up, but I'll show you a picture later where, somebody got their shirt. It was one of our patrons, and they were like, hey, Mark.
It's like 90% gone.
There's literally no print on the fucking shirt, dude. Chris's exact words were, dude, if it was a bag of ashes, I would be surprised. And it was worse than a bag of ashes. So, yes, unfortunately, occasionally things happen, but T-Public does rectify the shit.
They will.
They will.
So if you get a bag of ashes.
So if you get a bag of ashes,
just tell them, take a picture, and be like, you guys send me ashes. They'll be like, sorry.
Yeah, if you get a shirt that's not a shirt, it's okay.
Rob's throwing bourbon.
Rob threw bourbon. There it
was
is.
more like a schnapps. But
and of course the patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. $1 is a shout out, $5 is a shout out bonus audio. You get one bonus audio on the $1. You get possible 4 to 8 bonus audios on the $5. Coming up here Friday, April 22nd, we have in the general chat the Discord event, which is going to be the Campfire People Are Strange. So be sure to come in, tell your strange stories, and we'll be there hanging out, listening to everyone's super creepy fucking stories. So that is dope. Thank you all to everyone that supports us over there. And before we go, we have a quick little birthday shout out here. Robert, I don't know if you remember Darcy Tallulah.
Yeah, our alternative queen.
Yes, we thought it was Daria or whatever, and then we realized it's Darcy.
Can't read.
There it is. Happy birthday, Darcy Tallulah. It's actually coming out. This comes out on the day of her birthday. So happy day after Easter and happy birthday, Darcy.
Right on.
Yeah, very cool.
Happy motherfucking birthday.
So there you have it. Thank you all so very much, and I'm talking to you soon.
Goodbye, and take dreams to presents.
Yeah, definitely.
I know.
Totally.
Keep it real.
You know?
Jay, get back to me on those questions. I should have asked you.
Dude.
Did you talk to the manager? And did
Did
a
you-
redhead ever work there?
Did you read a scroll?
Did you read a fucking scroll?
Fuck's
Yes,
sake.
God damn it. Yeah, did you read a scroll?
Yes.
Exactly.
And then we'll do a follow-up on Patreon.
You know, there you have it. Sweet dreams are made of this. Do not send me any messages about it.
Oh, what if Annie Lennox sends you a message? Would you be willing to accept that?
No. I
Wow,
won't.
you'd be like, I told you no messages,
I
Miss
accept
Lennox.
messages from no one about sweet dreams are made of this.
Annie Lennox, if you're listening, you can message me, and we'll make
I know, totally.
we'll
Me
make
too,
a fucking
please,
record
3
because you're
times.
dope.
Nice. All right, fine.
You can literally criticize anything I do. It's fine.
Mark's dumb.
All right, fine. Send me messages on the socials, the Instas and the
No, it's
Twitters
too
and the
late.
Facebook.
Don't-
Fine.
do
All right,
not
no.
listen to him.
Annie Lennox, send me a message. I'm available. You can DM me. I probably won't see it if I'm not following you. Sorry.
You've heard of this
Bye.
whole
Wow,
pod.
look at this.
Bye.
It's hard to
Don't
get
contact
bullshit.
him.
Goodbye.
Wow.
Goodbye. Good sir.
Good.
Okay.
Good God damn it.
Shut it off.
Peace.